morning, welcome to Rallycross GT. It is time, it is a day for the super final, the fastest man in Rallycross GT Spring Series in one final challenge. The challenge to see who will become the Super Champion. My name is Gerd Dunninger, your host for today. We see a few people already on the track, already warming up. Some warming up a little bit too hard there, probably a little bit wide. We have a few more minutes before we start. The super final, as we said, you know, it's like a playoff. We had a regular season that just finished last week with the KTM division and the mini VGT divisions. So we had drivers in each category, and then at the end of the season, the top 4 in each qualified here for this super final. They will be competing for some juicy prizes, which we've revealed on social media a while back, on YouTube as well. But also there is one extra special prize. If being called the Super Champion was not enough, we also have a prize for the best livery, brought to you by our sponsor Simple Customs 64. So this is based on the Mini and the KTM livery, so both of them are eligible for the prize of best livery for the competition. So something else for the drivers to aim for. So even if you come last, doesn't matter, you might have the sexiest livery. You need to impress a sponsor, make sure you have the logos in the car as well. You know, you might go home with a very special miniature customized by Simple Customs 64. I wanted to show something that looks like the livery that he's making, but unfortunately the car that I have has got white body and it cannot go into the track because we have POP settings. It's a shame, but well, I can show to you guys later. Let's just see who is here today and have a look at their liveries. Ricardo Picles qualified through the KTM division, and he's got this impressive angry dragon snake thing. I think it's a dragon, like looks like a bit of Zhenglong from Dragon Ball Z. It looks super cool here with a little bit of light. A lot of work has gone into it. Certainly a contender for the best livery. So Pico's one of our veterans here again for his second super final, trying to get a prize for his first time. Rob on drums just got a little nudge there from Pico's. Rob, who has qualified through the mini VGT division. So this is his away race here, running with the KTM. I'm not sure how much practice he had with this car. I was messaging on Discord last night. Like, wait, what? We have to race with both cars? Shit. So yeah, he's gonna have to do a little bit of work. Got a very nice sleek livery with his classic number 42 there. Very good as well. Tricky Vic, another Rallycross GT veteran, took the bronze medal last season. Got his same livery that he had during the season, full send. Let's see when it comes to the light here, looking nice as well. So he qualified through the mini VGT, even though he was racing in the KTMs as well as a sub driver. Vic was actually the champion of the mini VGT division. Oni-chan, hailing all the way here from around the corner in Japan, with his Itasha KTM, full of cherry blossom petals flying around. Proper anime-inspired livery. It's very nice as well. Might score some extra points there with our sponsor because he's here in Japan as well. Who knows? Then we have Coach Robe, who we cannot see deliver because he's sitting here in the pits, but I saw that he's got his team livery on the car at the moment. Staley Racing joining here in the chat. Hello, good morning, good luck races. How are you doing, Staley? It's very good to have you here with us in the chat, as usual. It was great to have you here with us in round 6, wasn't it? Where was it? Deep 4? No, Deep Forest. It was Dragon Trail Gardens. Yes, pissing down, proper rain. No, not your favorite race, but you did quite well. You could have had your last round as well in Interlagos home track. But it is fine. We're missing a few people here today at the moment. So Evil Melon, qualified through the KTMs, is late. He should be coming later on. He's lucky because we have one discard for that race tonight. So maybe this race 1 will be his discard. And so he's coming home, so he should be racing. But unfortunately, both Don and Socrates, the Greek squad guys from the Mini VGT, they will be absent today. They had a family emergency and they will be unable to attend the race today. They didn't go into details, so don't know exactly what happened, but Robe said that is nothing too serious. Things are fine, so I hope they're okay, but it's a shame they can't be here today. But family comes first, as we know, so this is just a game at the end of the day. So that is very important. We should be starting very, very soon. The drivers are just warming up a little bit more. Yes, we can have a look at Robe's team livery here. Black, orange and purple, looking very, very stylish as well. Dressed to kill. Dressed to win another championship perhaps. Let's see. Robe has got 3 championships under his belt already. The only one he doesn't have is because he had to miss a race down to work commitments and ended up losing the championship by like a handful of points. Otherwise, he would have won every single tournament he took part in. Some feedback from Mrs. Rallycross here saying that the sound is a bit low, so let's put the microphone a little bit higher up and put the PlayStation a little bit down. So let me know, guys, if it's better. I hope it is. Let's give a starting soon message to the guys here. And we need to prepare the grid. So just letting the drivers know who we're waiting for. Let's put them in order. So the order for the super final is very important because it's how they qualified through the regular season. So Robe was a champion on the KTM, so he starts up front. Vic was a champion for the Mini, he will start in P2, and then we alternate the positions. This is it. These are the 5 drivers that are here. We're supposed to have 8. 2 unfortunately are missing, as I mentioned before, and Melon is late. He should be coming very, very soon. Put them in order one more time. And let's just see, everybody ready? Looking forward to this race. Rob saying yes, ready. Waiting for the other guys. C from Vic. I think we're good to go. I think everybody, let's assume everybody is ready. We've given them enough time. Let's go, race 1. Welcome to Rallycross GT. This is the super final race 1. We are in the KTM division. KTM champion Robe starting up front with Tricky Vic. The mini champion starting in P2, waiting for the green lights. And here they go. It is race time. Robe swerving a little bit, loses a bit of traction there from the start. Vic gets a better start, gets on the inside, and he's up to P1 right before turn 1. We see Onichan trying to go around the outside. Vic shuts the door. Robe goes wide. Onichan managed to get another position, goes up to P2. What is happening to Robe, losing several positions here from the start? We have Ricardo Pickles in P4 and Rob on drums. Further back, Robe goes wide there as well, touches the dirt, loses another position. Struggling here, Robe with grip, visibility, I'm not sure exactly what it is. Goes on the inside against Pickles, managed to get the job done there. Pickles holds the car one wheel on the dirt, but the battle up front is between Vic and Onichan. Both these guys here seriously fast. Robe now goes up to P3 with Rob still in P4. And Pickles down to P5. They go down the corkscrew for the first time today. Remember, all these drivers will be doing 4 races. They have to race twice in the KTMs and then twice in the minis. Robe is on a mission, trying to get the position back. Let's see the replay there from the beginning. What happened in those first few corners? He had a wheel on the dirt there. And then, yeah, he just went a bit too deep. Almost collected Pickles. And then I think Pickles went off somewhere else. Well, let's go back to the race. That's Pickles there now in P5. Tricky Vic leading this race. This is his away race, so this is a very good result for him. This track is really hard to pass, so Robe, we need to push super hard, figuratively speaking. I hope he doesn't push other drivers too hard. There we have Robe in P3, already putting 5 seconds gap on Rob, who will have to be pushing as hard as he can here. He's definitely facing some tough competition here today. And Ricardo Pickles, not the best start of the day for him, not what he expected. Down in P5. Let's go to Onichan on board with him as he chases Tricky Vic. He's within slip range still, so it's not game over as the sun goes down, so this might be affecting visibility quite a bit. Gets really close in the braking point. You can see Robe growing in the side mirrors as well. So the laps here are 1 minute 30 each. So let's see how many laps it's going to be. I think it's going to be like 12 or 13 laps race. Robe comes from quite far there, late on the brakes, trying to close the gap as much as he can. Oh, look at Ricardo Pickles trying to go around the outside of Rob. Beautiful move, but did not work. Rob shuts the door there. Pickles runs out of space. Gonna have to fight a little bit later. Oh, we see Onichan going wide there. We caught that just in time, but I clicked the replay. We're gonna try to have a look at that again. I think Onichan had a wheel on the dirt and lost traction. Coming in now, right hand side, this corner here. Oh, he got the sausage curb. He got the sausage curb there. Went a little bit too wide there, and Robe managed to stroll through. So Onichan will try to fight back, but he's losing time already to Robe. And now Robe sets his eyes on Tricky Vic. Very fast driver Vic, so he's not gonna give up easily. If he gets an away win, that's gonna be a super score for him, because away wins is one of the tiebreak criteria for for the Super Finals. 5 minutes passed, almost. We have Tricky Vic leading this race from the start, but had a very, very good launch. Coach Robe in P2, Oni-chan P3, Ricardo Pickles, he's a little bit off pace here, down in P4, and Rob on drums, had a good start, but now he is in P5. Still waiting for Melon, haven't heard from him, hope he comes back. Unfortunately, no Don and Socrates today. As they come up the hill, remember all these cars here have BOP, so balance of performance, enabled, and they are on sports soft tires, not those super grippy slicks. These guys here are hardcore, proper warriors, taking on the corkscrew. See Robe there throwing the car around. Oh no, goes a little bit wide there, almost loses the car. Touches the rear wheel on the dirt, and the car goes sideways a little bit. Almost went off track. That allows Oni-chan to close that gap a little bit. Not too much, just about. Still 1.3 seconds. And Vic now with a 2 seconds lead can breathe a little bit more. Oh, we see Rob going off track here on the right-hander before the final corner. It's another nasty one. I think Rob didn't have a lot of practice in this car. I just saw that he's got Grogu there literally as his co-pilot, sitting there next to him. If this is a Mandalorian-inspired livery, I'm missing the joke because I do not watch Star Wars. But any Star Wars fan there, if they can advise, is this Star Wars inspired? Please do let me know. Meanwhile, Oni-chan brings the gap down to 1.1, gets another tenth of Robe. He's using the whole track. Robe is using a little bit more than the whole track there sometimes, which is why he's losing a bit of time. Coming down the corkscrew, Robe's got the fastest lap, 29.998, just under the 130 mark. Remember, we did not have qualification today because the starting grid is based on the regular season results. And then Vic leading this race, 30.5 this time, it's not too bad. .1 gap, keeping that gap there constant, which is very, very important. Robe did a 30.8 this last lap and 31.6 the previous lap, where he had a few mistakes. Oni-chan is really struggling with pace here today, actually. Only doing 31s every single lap. A little bit quicker this time, he's going to get into the 30s. But needs to push a little bit harder. Ricardo Pickles with a 31.5 as well, his fastest lap. Oh, going a little bit sideways there under the Cooper tires arch. And then our good old friend Rob doing 34s. Rob is the biggest veteran of all here in Rallycross GT, the only driver that's been with us since season 0. Started racing with us back in 2020. An absolute legend, Rob. Been showing some serious improvement throughout the season as well. It's very good to see drivers evolving, between seasons, but even during the season as well. As we approach the 11-minute mark, Vic's now losing a little bit of time, losing a lot of time. Actually, lost 6 tenths to Robe in this lap. With a 30.9, and Robe, what did Robe do? 30.2. Okay, so literally those 6-7 tenths just on that lap. There were no mistakes. I think it's just Robe starting to get a little bit more focused on the race and pushing a little bit harder. Look at him putting the wheel in the dirt again. Oni-chan still within reach. Any mistake from the guys in front is ready to pounce. Because 2 seconds gap hold or 3.8 here to the leader in Laguna Seca is not a lot. Mistakes here can cost a lot of time. Ricardo Pickles, he's a little bit far back, and Rob as well. I think the big battle is here up front. Vic is improving his time. Vic's gonna get into the low 30s now. 2/10 quicker. Robe is also going much quicker than the previous laps. The sun is setting here in Laguna Seca. Maybe those headlights to help with the visibility. Yes, 30.3 for Vic is a good improvement, and 30.1 for Robe, so another 2/10 there that Robe got from Vic, with half a race left to go. If he keeps getting a 10th per lap, it's going to be very close. I think there's going to be actually close to 14 laps, like 13, 14 again. Robe with the wheels on the dirt. He's literally making use of the whole track and a little bit more, trying to gain every advantage he can. Let's go on board with a coach, with a 3 times champion, and see what he's doing and how can he close this gap on Vic. Up the steep hill, and then right-hander and diving into the corkscrew. If anyone's got some data on how high the corkscrew is, let's ping it on the chat. And he's going purple. Robe is going purple. He's pushing super hard, skidding a little bit too much there. Almost went off track. I think he lost that purple sector, perhaps. 0.8 seconds gap. It's going down. Yeah, so he lost the purple. 31.1, 30.4 for Vic, so that's another 3/10 there that Robe got back. So Robe started pole position, but a very poor start there cost him the lead. And as we go into race 2 is going to be reverse grid. So it's not over yet for those guys. They need to have a strong race 2 to get those extra points. Rob will probably be starting up in front, and Ricardo Pickles will be going for redemption. Back to the front here, because now Robe is really close. Half a second gap. He's now within slipstream range. You just need to be careful with that overtake now. The light is going down, so visibility is becoming a problem. Look at Robe there changing his line. Through the corkscrew they go. Oh, Vix goes a little bit sideways, keeps the car on track, but all his advantage goes through the drain, and Robe is bumper to bumper with Vic now. Now, can he make a pass? He's gonna try to run the outside. Vic shuts the door, gets a little nudge from behind. Robe is saying, I'm here, I'm here. I think Vic can see that in his rear view mirrors. A little there cost Robe a little bit of time. Oni-chan should take advantage of that, finally getting to the 30s now. So Oni-chan might try to close the gap a little bit. Robe is all over the back of Vic now. So we're gonna take another lap or 2 to close the gap enough. We have 5 minutes to go. That should be another 3 laps. 3.5 maybe, so 13, 14 laps we're looking at for some of the drivers. Everybody will be scoring some very important points in this race. I have not heard from Melon yet. I don't know where he is. Through the corkscrew they come. Oh, Vic goes really wide. Vic goes really wide there, almost compromises his race, and then Robe had to try to avoid Vic, not to completely take him out, and end up losing quite a lot of time. Robe had literally nowhere to go, and the gap to Onitsha now 2.9, going down even further after that. Robe now flashing the lights saying, "What are you doing? I want to get past." Let's see again from this camera what happened to Vic here in the corkscrew. So he went too late on the brakes, brought the car back in, and then they made contact. Very, very difficult situation there. Vic is doing everything he can to stay in front here. A win in the KTM will be a very, very strong result for him. Onichan right there behind, just like waiting for something to happen. Something almost happened up front there with Vic and Robe. Imagine both of them take each other out. Then Onichan takes the win. We've seen that happen before in other disciplines. Not hoping that happens. We actually seen that here in Rallycross GT back in when we were the official broadcaster for Flat Tower Racing League. Oh no, Robe goes super wide. Gets 4 wheels out on the dirt. Gonna lose a little bit of time now. Ford traction, look at that gap going up there. Lost 2-3 tenths just in that corner there with the wheels dirty. They've opened the lap with more than 3 minutes to go, so they should be able to complete 2 more laps, 12 and 13, and just about open lap 14. I think the top 3 should go into lap 14. I think Ricardo Picles, probably not, and Robin Drums, definitely not. Very nice yellow light there from Rob's car. Let's see here, the gap's gone up to 1.3. Has Robe gone off again? Robe is not used to chase. He's used to be chased, or people attempt to chase him rather. So he must be pushing super hard here on the limit of what he can do with the controller. Bear in mind here, both these 2 guys in the front, they are on the controller. Vic is playing on the DualShock with a stick and R2L2 like normal people do. But this guy here, he's using the D-pad, square and X for throttle and brakes. Old school Gran Turismo controls from PS1. So two very different ways of playing on controller. We know that Onichan and Ricardo Picles, they are both on the PlayStation VR 2. Rob on drums, I know he's got a wheel, I'm not sure which wheel he's got, but he is a wheel driver as well. But in saying that out loud, our other champion, Duke Lion, who's won Season 0 and Season 2, he's also a controller driver. So every single champion we had in Rallycross GT, 2 champions, you know, were controller drivers. Interesting trivia there. 1 minute to go. They should be able to finish this lap. Rob should be able to open the next lap, but he's in lap 12. He's gonna open lap 13 while this guy's here about to finish lap 13. And open 14. Onichan fell back a little bit, probably a mistake in this lap. He's 6 seconds off pace. Oh, look at Robe going sideways again. Big moment for Robe. Almost lost the car. that should hand the victory to Tricky Vic. 15 seconds there spare to go as he opens lap 14. Robe still in the pace there, and also Oni-chan, Ricardo Picles coming across now to finish the race in P4. So Ricardo Picles will be taking a P4 home in this race 1. Rob on drums coming around a little bit later there, still a little way to go, but we'll be taking the P5 in this race. Vic's got a few more corners to go. Let's go, guys. Very good race from Vic. Look at Robe's rear right as well. It's quite worn out. I wonder how he's gonna do with the minis actually. So only 2 corners left for Vic. We see Rob coming around now to finish lap 13. Grogu then there giving him some extra push. So here comes Tricky Vic to take the first win of the day, to win race 1 in the KTMs, and away win for him, followed by Coach Robe in P2 and Oni-chan flashing the lights there in P3. Ladies and gentlemen, what a surprise there. Tricky Vic with the first win of the day here in the KTMs, an away win for him. We've got the replay. Let me just check on Melon one more time here on Discord. I have not heard anything from him. Just rolled in. He's starving. He's got an 8. Oh, so he's gonna miss race 2. Checking if he's gonna roll into this one or the next one. If he misses 2 races, that's pretty much game over. Any chance for him to get a top 3 finish. I'm just gonna reset the lobby so we reset the weather as well, because it's a little bit too dark now. So let's see if this works. Yes, it does. Right, we're gonna put them in order again. So now it's going to be in reverse order. Race 2 in reverse order. Right, everybody is ready. Oh, I forgot to put again set the host. Sorry about that, guys. Right, race 2 should be Rob on drums up front, reverse grid, Ricardo Picles, Oni-chan, Robe and Vic. They are in order. Just checking that everyone is ready. $306 joining the chat. Welcome to Rallycross GT. Welcome to the Super Finals. Tell Chen not to spin. Well, I'll tell him that. He didn't spin this time. He did quite well actually. Got a third place in the first race. That's a good result. Right, everybody is ready. Let's get ready to race. Welcome to Rallycross GT. This is the super final race 2 for the KTMs. Reverse grid formation, so Tricky Vic, who's won race 1, starting in the back. Rob on drums, starting up front on the outside. Getting ready to go. And green light. Robe with a much better start. It's Nichan with a whole shot. Great start going around the outside, literally. Around the outside of everyone. Robe also trying to go around the inside, a little bit of contact, pushes Pickles super wide, gets stuck on the dirt there. Robe doing a last to first, a little bit too keen there from turn 1. But that's literally now Robe, Vic and Onichan, the top 3 drivers, followed by Rob on drums and Ricardo Pickles there after being nudged out of the way. Robe now in his usual position. We saw that his lap times were really good, but we also saw that tire wear was a little bit of a problem for him in this race. We also seen a couple of mistakes. So Onichan within slip range. Let's see how close he can keep to Vic. Oh, look at that lunge around the inside there in the corkscrew. Opportunistic move by Onichan. Gets the job done. He's up to P2 and he's super close to Robe. Can he get another one? Looking on the inside, Robe goes super wide, gets a wheel on the dirt. Vic's not gonna be happy about that move. He's now already looking on the inside of Onichan, ready to take P2 back, and there he goes. But what a move from Onichan. Bold move. Vic did not see that one coming, and the 2 North American drivers here in the back. Rob with Baby Yoda Grogu sitting next to him in the cockpit, and Ricardo Pickles again trying to go around the outside, but Rob shuts the door again. Yeah, Pickles needs to improve his around the outside moves, because it's the second time he tries that on Rob and it doesn't work. And did I just see Robe getting the wheels dirty? I think I did. Saw some dust going up there, and Vic tried to find a space but couldn't, just like when Vic went off and Robe had nowhere to go and almost made contact. Same thing happened here. So this track's proving to be a hell of a challenge for this guy, especially for our 3 times champion Robe. He's being put under pressure in race 1. We've seen him committing a couple of mistakes. Look at Vic there trying to find not go for a lunge, launching the car there in the corkscrew as well. But Robe really being pushed to his absolute limits here today. Onichan super close still, trying to find a place to pass. Now Rob down to P5, already 7 seconds back. Now what happened? I wonder if the Dragon here scared him out and he went off track. Very, very nice angry Dragon from Ricardo Pickles. But this battle for the top 3, look again how much traction Vic had out of that corner. He got his right wheels on the dirt. Onichan super close. Let's go on board here. We've seen Onichan making a mistake here before when he got the sausage curb. Launched the car and went outside. That's what allowed Robe to pass earlier in race 1. Look at those heavy clouds as well. Fortunately, we don't have rain here. Onichan coming out of the corner with more traction, but not enough space. Track's too short here, this straight line, so he did not have space to capitalize on Vic's mistake. Through the corkscrew, another lunge, not this time. And these two fighting like this, that's helping Robe. Robe is able to open 1.3 seconds gap already. Let's cheer for these guys. So 306 here cheering for Oni-chan, doing a very good race there. P3 in race 1, as it stands P3 again in race 2. Doing his homework well enough here, might take a medal home. Vic's got one from last season, he wants another one. Robe's got 3 already. Technically he's got 2 because one of the seasons we were not giving physical prizes down to COVID and logistical reasons. We could not ship things out of Japan. We got digital prizes instead. But for the sake of argument, let's pretend Robe's got 3, he wants another one. 1.5 seconds gap. Vic doing 31s in this last lap here. Needs to push a little bit harder. And Oni-chan 0.9 back. Pickles finally managing to stretch his legs a little bit, pushing as hard as he can, struggling a little bit with the KTM, I think, even though that's his normal car of choice. Well, Rob doing everything he can here, not giving up with his KTM. It's not his favorite car. He came from the mini division. Around the court through, driving at home here in the US, even though different sides of the country. Or a veteran driver doing his bit there. Let's go back to Oni-chan because he's closing the gap on Vic, 0.7 into turn 1. Technically turn 2, right? Because that first little bend there counts as turn 1. 30.7 the time from Vic, 30.3 from Robe, so the gap is going up. So Robe is used to drive with clean track, that's what he does best, and he will be trying to open as much of a gap as he can here. He does not need to brake earlier or anything. Maybe the chances for mistakes will be lower here for him. So maybe he's got this one in the back, who knows. So plenty of race to go. Let's see, what did we have on the replay? These are from turn 1. The start of the race. It was when Robe, yes, when Robe went a little bit off track. Almost compromised this race again. I've got the clock on track. It's a little bug here for Gran Turismo. If you don't call the replay, you don't have the clock for the endurance race. 12 minutes to go. Should be looking at 14 laps for the top 3 again, I think. Get into the 31s, that 31.6 is his best lap. Needs to push a little bit harder than that. Rob getting to the 34s 4 again. It's almost, I think, same as his best in the previous race. Rob is not the same pace as these guys here, these aliens, but he qualified to the super final regardless. He's an absolute gentleman for being here, not giving up, pushing to the limit. Oh, going 0.7 quicker. He's going to get to the 33s now. Way to go, Rob. But also the most important thing, you know, not giving up, not pulling the plug just because you are at the back of the pack. I think that's the most important thing. With some great improvement throughout the season as well, Rob. Robe 1.9 gap. He's going to improve his time. just about missed it by 300ths of a second. Actually, Tricky Vic 30.169. Fastest lap of the race. Did Robe get into 29s? I think Robe got into the 29s last race. But this is a blistering lap as well by Tricky Vic 30.1. Amazing lap. Without slipstream as well. I don't remember if Robe did his fast lap with slip or not. But 30.1 by Vic here is amazing lap. Onichan actually is 30.2 as well. Both these guys are getting more the hang of the car. Pushing much harder. This 2 seconds gap here is not going up by that much anymore. So any small mistake by Robe might cost him the race. Maybe even the championship. And just because you said that he's going purple, Robe is going purple by 2.5. 0.25 rather. I get into the 29s again, let's see. As he comes around, oh, a bit too sideways. That's gonna cost him time. That cost him 2/10 at least, yes. That cost him all that gap that he was going down. Vic with a 30.2 flat. Exactly the same time as Robe. Onichan is 30.5. These three drivers here actually very similar pace in this race. It's good to see Onichan bring his A game as well, his A+ game. Ricardo Pickle is staying within the 31s only. Rob almost getting to the 33s, but I think he messed up somewhere down the line. Cost me a little bit of time. 39 in this lap. I think Rob suffers from the same problems I have, which is lack of consistency. Some glimpses of amazing pace, but it's 1 or 2 laps only. It's one of the reasons why I don't race. Flying the car there, flying dragon literally. I have to take a photo of Pickles throwing the car there in the corkscrew, I guess. Meanwhile, Onichan 1.6 gap. Oh, the gap's gone down quite a bit here actually. 1.4. What happened? 30.6 by Robe, 30.2 again by Vic. Okay, so Vic is done 3 laps in a row in the houses of the 30.2s. But Robe, this last lap at least, you know, he went a little bit higher, but significantly higher, which the gap is going down to 1.5. We've got another 7 minutes to go. We have another 4 to 5 laps left. There's plenty of racing, and Vic might be able to close that gap and put the pressure on Robe. Are we seeing the birth of a new champion, or is it too soon to call it? Vic's got the advantage, winning race 1. Onichan losing a little bit of pace, 0.2 seconds almost behind. Oh, big moment sideways. No, and he spins. 306 code. It said, please do not spin, but what did he do? Onichan compromising his race there a little bit, pushing super hard, and Robe actually, we were busy making fun of Onichan. Meanwhile, we missed Robe. He's now down to P2. Did we get the replay of that? He was already behind. He probably went off in the corkscrew as well. As we were looking at Onichan, we're gonna have to get a replay of that later, offline perhaps. But Robe with a mistake, a 33-second lap, and now we have Tricky Vic leading another race, another away race. Ladies and gentlemen, we might be seeing the birth of a new champion here, indeed. Through the corkscrew, now Robe is in the same position as he was in the previous race, chasing, and he's gonna have to push. He's going quicker again. He's going 1.3 down using the slip. Let's keep an eye on them. Vic touches the dirt a little bit. Robe going around the outside. That is not gonna work. Was a little bit deep there again. Guess that the wheel's dirty. Fortunately, no penalty. So this is between these two drivers now, and each out of contention. Look at the tire wear from Robe as well, the rear right, compared to Vic. So Vic is completely safe, I think, because of the way Robe drives. Suffers a lot more from chronic tire wear disease. Meanwhile, Rob on drums, his tire is brand new, absolutely brand new. Robe, it's funny enough because I was discussing with Robe before the race during the week, trying to find some intel on lap times and tire wear for this race, especially for the Mini. And Robe said, nah, it's not too bad, you know, this track does not have too many corners or sharp braking or whatever, but it turns out it actually does. I did think it did have a lot of sharp corners. There's a lot of sharp corners everywhere. Every corner is pretty much 90 degrees or very sharp angles anyway, and a lot of heavy braking. This car here, you have to throw it around quite a bit. Gap's going down there to 1 second again. Robe is catching up. He's got 3 minutes to go, so 2 more laps. Onichan has crossed the finish line in time to open, potentially open lap 14. There we have Pickles and Rob on drums. Rob did not get lapped last time. I don't think he will get lapped this time either, even though he had a 42 seconds lap in the previous one. What I'm saying about consistency, but it doesn't matter. The important thing is to have fun, and I think he's having some good fun here. Throw the car around. Grogu there sitting right next to him, giving him a pat on the back. Do the corkscrew one more time. That gap's gone up, 1.2. I think we've reached the point where row-based tires are starting to suffer, and he's starting to lose performance. We've seen the same thing happen in Fuji, where we had some serious hard braking zones, and Robe started to lose. He still won the races there, but he started to lose performance towards the second half of the race, where tire wear started to become a little bit more accentuated. Oh, using the whole track, goes a little bit too deep, and Robe is stuck in the dirt. Robe is stuck in the dirt, ended up retiring from the race. Robe retired. That bumps up Onichan to P2. That's a great result for Onichan, extra points. A very, very bad result for Robe. Ricardo Pickles up to P3, Rob to P4. One more corkscrew to go for this man. So Robe is still gonna get the points there for a 5th place. That will count as his discard race, I believe. So we've got 2 more races to go. Here comes Vic to take the final corner and win his 2nd race of the day. It's a perfect start for the British driver. 2 away wins. Tricky Vic. Oh wait, not yet. Still 1 more lap to go. Calling it too soon there. Got a 5 seconds gap to Onichan, so it's not over yet. He might mess up, who knows. But that is it for Ricardo Pickles. Will take P3. And Rob on drums. Well, he's actually in the next lap there still. There goes Vic into lap 14. I think it's going to be 14 laps for the minis as well, because the minis are slightly quicker around this track, around all tracks really. So we might be looking at 28s, 27s even for the minis. So definitely 14 laps for pretty much the whole grid. Last corkscrew of the day for Vic in the KTMs. There he goes. Onichan as well, no problem for him. Vic burning a lot more fuel actually than Onichan. Now it is the final lap. And now here he comes to take the checkered flag, flashing the lights there. Tricky Vic wins 1 more race. That's 2 for 2 from him. Wins both races in the KTM divisions, followed by Onichan and Ricardo Pickles. Tricky Vic smashing it. Let's get the replay. So we're gonna have a short break before the mini races. Remember everyone, 1 discard result. We're gonna reset the lobby in a bit. We're gonna go for a short break, and when we're back we will have the mini VGTs, 2 more races for this super final. Then we're gonna find out who will become the super champion. Welcome to Rallycross GT. We are back, ready for the second half of the Super Final. It's time for the Mini BGTs. We just saw the two KTM races being won by Tricky Vic. His away races. In a very short while. Oh, look at those flames shooting off the back of that car. Looks super cool. Sucks we cannot take a photo of that. Flames always disappear. Yes, we just had some very exciting races there with the KTM. Very soon we will be starting with the Mini BGTs. Oni-chan driving this car for the first time. Looking to score some extra points there. Ricardo, because Iron Maiden livery, that's super cool actually. Rob on drums with his classic Sakura. So if you don't know what the Super Final is, it's something like the playoffs where the top drivers in both divisions will be facing off against each other and contending for the championship. Tricky Vic here with a head start. He's won the first two races. He's in the perfect position to claim his first crown. Just checking on the remaining drivers here. We've seen Robey getting disconnected at the end of the previous race. Still waiting for Melon as well. He was a little bit late, and unfortunately we're missing Socrates and Don due to a family emergency. They were unable to join today. Big shame. They were mini specialists, and they would surely put up a hell of a show for us. We'll be starting very soon, guys. Don't go anywhere. Just gonna leave you guys here enjoying this beautiful view of these guys. I am back. We are going to start very, very soon. Looking at the lap times here, look at Oni-chan with a 29.6. Turns out the minis are not that much faster than the KTMs in this race, actually. We've seen Robin doing a 29.9, I think he was in race 1. We've seen a 29.6 here, and 29.7 from Vic. Oh, got a penalty there though. We're seeing more penalties here for the minis than we saw with the KTMs. It's going to be interesting. We need to keep an eye on tire wear as well. I don't know how bad it's going to be for these guys. It's gonna be a four-man race. I have not heard back from Melon, and Robe unfortunately is unable to join, which means we are going to have a brand new champion here in Rallycross GT. So we are going to start soon. I think the drivers had enough time to warm up. We're just gonna reset the lobby to change the weather. So huge turn of events here in Rallycross GT, from 8 drivers to 4 in the super final, but the show must go on. Let's just set the set by the host the order. There we go. So the starting order for this one is going to be according to how they finish in their divisions again. So Tricky Vic will start up front. Probably followed by Oni-chan, yes. I will not be doing live score calculation here. Oh, who's that with the epic sound? Victory Ring! Oh, the drama! Yes, he knows what's coming. Tricky Vic starting up front, followed by Oni-chan, Ricardo Pickles, and Roberto on drums. Ready, guys? Yes, looks like everybody is ready. Hi. From Oni-chan. Oh, he's in Japan after all. Welcome to Rallycross GT. This is the super final and this is race 1 for the mini VGT division. The 4 toughest men here left in the season. Going to see who's going to be the new super champion in Rallycross GT, and it is race time. Tricky Vic with a very good start, followed by Oni-chan, Ricardo Pickles and Rob on drums. Oni-chan going around the outside there, trying to find space. Goes a little bit too wide, and that allows Pickles. Is he gonna get past? Yes, Oni-chan on the dirt. managed to hold the inside line. Gets a penalty though. It's not very good for the Japanese driver. American, Japanese, Filipino. He's hosted in Japan. He's a Filipino-American though. I'm gonna call him Japanese because of the flag. Holds P2. Got the penalty there. And Ricardo Pickles. Oh, look at that overtake. Very good move there. Small mistake from Onichan. Ricardo Pickles takes advantage. And look at Rob on drums. Sticking super close there. Within slipstream range. We are in chase cam here with the drone. Coming super close there. Pulling back a little bit now. 2.7. Oh, the penalty zone here is on the main straight, isn't it? I remember in GT Sport used to be just into sector 2 after the Dunlop, so the Cooper tires arch. It's gonna hurt on each on. So hits the brakes, hit the brakes there. Rob should be able to get past by the end of the straight. Looking on the inside, look at Rob. There he goes. Around the inside, keeping it super clean. Rob is up to P3, gonna score some very important points here in this race. Holds Onichan on the outside. Onichan goes for the switch though. Great move from the Japanese driver. Gets the position back. Up to P3 again. Ricardo Pickles. Up to P2. Beautiful Iron Maiden inspired livery. Beautiful camouflage. And Rob's not giving up actually. He's heard that we only got 4 people left in the race. He's going for it. He wants to get some extra points here. Maybe upset the front runners and get a bronze medal home. It could happen. You never know. Rob staying super close here. We are on a good camera with Rob. He's still within slip range of Onichan. Unfortunately, the minis don't have a cockpit camera. Overshoots the brakes a little bit there. Now lost half a second on that corner. Might be a little bit tricky to catch up again though. Did 31 seconds left for Rob. That's very good actually. Rob was doing 34s before in warm-up. Very good lap time for Rob. Again, showing some huge improvements. Race after race. On each under the 31.1 as well. Pickles with a 30.1. And Trikivic 29.8. The only driver into the 29s at the moment. Vic's got 2 wins already. He just needs one more good result. And he'll be the new Super Champion. Because coming through the corkscrew, followed by Onichan. They're still fairly close to each other. Rob not too far back. Now that he lost slip, he might struggle to catch up a little bit more. But it's, oh no, he got a penalty. Interesting because we didn't see a single penalty in the KTMs, but now with the Mini we are seeing quite a few. I think because these cars, they understeer a lot more. 31.7, another improvement there from Rob. So because these cars understeer a lot more, they're struggling on corner entry and corner exit perhaps. Rob there with some good lap time improvements, but now Onichan, now that he's not fighting anymore, 30.2. We know that the top 3 drivers are capable of getting to the 29s. Just a shame that we don't have Robe and Malin here in this race. is what it is. These guys are here to put up a show for us, as they always do. And Vic is here to break records, to become the first non-Greek, non-Brazilian champion, but also to extend another record of having a champion on controller. It's going to be our third different champion Rallycross GT, and the third one on controller. Super tidy there on the corner. No fastest lap. Still pushing. Need to ask Pickles which album did he inspire himself for this Iron Maiden livery. Iron Maiden, which was one of my first ever gigs. I think my first one was Opeth. 2008 or earlier 2009, and then I saw Maiden as well later in 2009 as well in Brazil, in Interlagos. Unique experience it is. Rob there strolling through the sunset here in Laguna Seca, driving at home in the US, waving the US flag here in the super final. This beautiful Sakura livery with grog in the background. Oh, look at that in the sunset, looks gorgeous. Oni-chan with default livery, chasing Ricardo Picles. Oni-chan is going purple now. Pic's got a 29.4. Oni-chan was going purple, and he's almost now within slip range of Ricardo Picles. Now I wonder if Oni-chan is driving on a flat screen or he's driving with a VR headset, because he do not have cockpit camera on this car. And there we go, fastest lap of the race, 29.475 for Oni-chan. Pushing super hard. Vic was 29.490, so 100 quicker than 1500 quicker than Vic's fastest lap. Vic's not getting away too much here. He's got 3.6 gap. He's not opening that much. Let's keep an eye on tire wear though, because once the tires start to go, I think these guys will struggle a lot to keep the cars on the track, because he's got P2 at the moment. If he gets two P2s, they might throw a spanner on things, you know, and really upset Oni-chan. But as it stands, as we don't have Robe anymore, and as we didn't have Melon tonight as well, you know, looks like these top three drivers should be taking home some prizes. Let's see in which order that is going to be. Oni-chan taking a little bit more than prizes home. He's taking a penalty as well. He's going to pay that in the next lap. He's got the slip. He's also got a penalty, and that's going to cost him another 1 second or so, I guess. 1 second in terms of lap time. Rob is the master of tire wear, tire management here in RXGT. Actually, him and Ridge Raider, they were doing quite well in with tire management the first few races of the season. Although Ridge Raider was suffering quite a little bit in Interlagos, the final round. Rob always very tidy on tires. Let's just color replay so we get the clock. Right, we just got to the halfway point of the race. As I thought, we're gonna get to 14 laps with these guys as well. Oh, look at Oni-chan, super close, just before he pays the penalty. gonna hurt him a little bit. There we go, from 0.4, or let's say 0.5 to be more precise. Half a second, 0.7, 0.8. Yeah, it cost him 0.8, between 0.8 and 0.9 by the end of the straight. There with that penalty. He's got a few more laps to go, and he's been lapping about the same as Pickles. But Pickles seems to be suffering more from tire wear. His front right is proper worn out, close to 50%, and we just passed the 50%, the halfway point of the race. So Pickles seems to be the first driver here who is suffering from chronic tire wear disease. Vic is not too bad, should be fine there. Oh, goes wide! Vic goes really wide there, almost loses the car. Managed to stay on the track there. Imagine Vic going off track, getting stuck. The thing here with Laguna Seca, you know, if you get stuck into the sandbanks, it's gonna take a long time to bring the car back, like between like 5 and 10 seconds sometimes to bring the car back. So if you go off, you do not want to get stuck in the sandbanks, and that's almost what happened there to me, especially in the corkscrew. That would be really tricky. Rob here paying a penalty as well. Stable into the 32s now, still much quicker than he was during practice. Still got race 2 with Rob starting up front. Maybe he can upset the guys and get some extra points there. But this seems to be the battle of this race between Pickles and Oni-chan. Up the hill into the corkscrew, super close now. Can Oni-chan make the move? Not just yet. These cars are not flying around as much either, not as much as the KTMs. No flying eddy in here. But the gap is pretty much non-existent, just like Pickle Rick's front right. It's almost non-existent. Got another 4 laps to go. Yeah, Pickles will be struggling with this. Let's see how much he will struggle. 17 seconds, I don't think he's gonna lose that much. Who knows, maybe if he gets stuck in the sandbanks? No? Maybe? Laguna Seca, you know, so it's a bit dry. Vic stretching his legs, 5 seconds gap. We're here with Ricardo Piglis. Reverse chase cam, look at Oni-chan there. 3/10 gap. Does it come up? Right-hander, all super wide there. Oni-chan gonna go around the outside in the corkscrew. And he sticks it. He managed to get the pass done. What a move from Oni-chan. We're gonna try to get a replay of that because it was a super brave move coming from super far back on the outside. Gets the job done. Super clean move. And now Pickles with the tire wear like that, I don't think he'll be able to fight back. 5 minutes to go. Starting to lose traction already. Look at that. Oni-chan got past, and 6/10 gap already. Let's see that one more time. Side by side going up the hill, and around the outside por fuera. great move from Oni-chan. Let's get back to the race. Way to go, guys. Now I think Oni-chan is a little bit too far back to chase Tricky Vic. So Rob is 20 seconds off pace from Pickles. Let's look at lap times. 31.9. Okay, so Rob's doing 33s now. So he really needs to hope something happens to Pickles if he wants to get those bonus points. Still there, still close. Not close enough. This is all down to tires here now. See how Pickles is throwing the car around, like throwing the rear end of the car a lot more in that final corner. We're trying to compensate for the lack of front grip. Through the Cooper Tires arch. Now 0.8 gap, and Pickles almost running out of rubber. Fortunately for Rob, it's too far back to be able to capitalize on that with 2 minutes left. I don't think it's worth to race on medium tires here. I mean, even though you know, you wouldn't end up completely out of rubber, I think the pace difference would not compensate. Meanwhile, up front, Tricky Vic with a 6.2 gap. It's not such a huge gap. It's decent. Here comes Oni-chan. He's not throwing the car around as much. See the rear. He's not going out. See as much as Pickles. He's skidding a lot more. Let's see how Rob's doing it. Avoiding the sausage curbs as well. The Mini is a very low car as well. It's a proper time attack machine. Let's see how he handles the rear of the car here in this corner. Whoop, that's throwing quite a bit as well. Let's go, guys. Because now starting to lose contact with Oni-chan. Oni-chan dips some wheel in the dirt. Now Oni-chan's tire wear is showing some signs of wear, I guess. But he's still much better than Pickles. He should be safe here. Vic as well. One more lap to go for these guys. Let's hope there are no big mistakes. But anything can happen. You know, all it takes is one small mistake to get stuck in the sandbanks, and then you can end up in the back of the pack. Brake disc sliding up there. Here comes Oni-chan. I don't know how Pickles is still able to handle this car with the tires in those conditions. Rob on drums will be crossing the finish line now. Finish the race with 13 laps completed. Here comes Rob. Absolute gentleman here, being in the track still, even though he's not able to match the pace of the front runners. I really appreciate him being here with us. big RXGT veteran and a champion for sticking around. One more corkscrew for Vic. One more corner to go. And that is going to be the third win of the day. I'm not gonna call it yet because there's still one more race to go. But Tricky Vic super slow across the finish line to celebrate the third win of the day ahead of Oni-chan and Ricardo Pickles. That is Tricky Vic, 3 wins in a row in the super final. It is the birth of a new champion. But let's not call it just yet because we have one more race to go and anything can happen if Vic has an absolute shocker and then Oni-chan and Pickles win. Maybe, you know, they can still take it because I'm not doing live points calculations. Let's reset the weather. So as it stands, so Oni-chan's got 6, 8, that's 22 points. And then Pickles, yeah, you know what? Tricky Vic, the new super champion, a new champion is born. Rallycross GT Sprint Series. Congratulations to Tricky Vic. His first ever title. One race to go. Yes, way to go. Let's put the guys in order because we still have one more place to go because second place is still up for grabs. Oni-chan saying my first time racing a car with no cockpit in VR. Yeah, the Mini, unfortunately, no cockpit. Some of the VGT cars, I know that the VW VGT, for example, does not have cockpit as well. But yeah, it must be an interesting challenge. So that's Pickles, Oni-chan, and Vic. Ready to race. Someone's doing donuts in there. Yeah, look at those guys. Welcome to Rallycross GT. This is a super final. It is the final race of the day for the Mini VGTs to decide second and third place because it's still up for grabs. Rob and Drum starting up front. Tricky Vic at the back. And here there goes a very poor start from Rob. Loses several positions already. Pickles gets the best of the stars around the inside on each end. Want to go around the outside. Look at Rob there side by side with Vic. Pickles misses the braking point there, goes super wide, no contact this time. End up being bullied out of the track in the KTMs, not this time, it was his own mistake. Fighting with his mate Rob now, and that is Vic now, up front from the start. Gets the whole shot, followed by Oni-chan, and now Ricardo Pickles will have to chase. Very good start of race here with Rob on drums, escorting the group from the back there, with Baby Yoda keeping everyone safe. Now, can Oni-chan spoil Vic's party and take one win away? We still got one discard result, so Vic, like whatever result it is for this race, it does not matter for him. He's got perfect 30 points with 3 wins. So it's all about second and third place, and this is between Oni-chan and Ricardo Pickles. Oh, Rob already got a penalty. The American driver here pushing the limits of the Mini. Let's do some live calculation here. Oni-chan had 22 points, while Pickles has got 17, so that's 5 points difference. But there's one discard to go. So if Pickles gets a very good result here, you know, he can discard one of his 5 points and get a few extra. And then we still need to see Oni-chan's results as well. He's got 2 8 points and 1 6. I think Pickles needs 5 points gap over Oni-chan. I think Pickles needs a win here if he is to take the silver from Oni-chan. But the way things are going, look at Oni-chan go there. He wants to go around the outside on Vic. He did it on Pickles, but Vic is a much tougher guy. Did not fall for that trick. Holds the P1. Pickles already losing a little bit of pace there. As Rob on drums keeps doing his thing. Let's see if we can get into the 33s in this race. Rob really improving race after race, lap after lap, and I think that's the best thing that you can want as a driver. 32.1, amazing lap. Actually, what was that? 32, yeah, 32.1. Very good lap, even without slipstream, especially. And actually, he had to pay a penalty at the start of this lap. That would have been into the 31s without slip. Rob is on fire. Let's go here, kind of on board with Ricardo Pickles as he watches Oni-chan challenge the new champion, Tricky Vic. Might have some time for interviews after the race as well, actually. Let's see if the guys got headsets and if they're willing to jump into a voice chat. Looks like Oni-chan is losing a little bit of ground there. Pickles is going purple, actually. Can Pickles get the fastest lap of the race? That would be nice for bragging rights, isn't it? Eddie is pushing the car there across the finish line now. The time is, oh no, it wasn't purple. It was 29.696. There would have been purple if it wasn't for Oni-chan lowering it now as well. 6.12 because he had Vic's slipstream, and then a 6.57 from Vic, so all of them lowering the time. So both guys improved one after another, denying Pickles the bragging rights of potential fastest lap. Rob still pushing there from the back. This battle here is really good with Onichan. Both Onichan and Vic, they finished previous race with very similar tire wear. So Onichan has got a chance of spoiling Vic's party. Now, will he be able to or not? Catching this lip, super close as they come into, this is turn 1, your left-hander, to turn 2 here, the hairpin. Not close enough, but Vic goes a little bit too wide. Misses the braking point. The gap goes down to 0.4. They have to be a lot more careful in the throttle with this car. In four-wheel drive, it understeers a lot more when you step down. Onichan keeps pushing. 0.2, 0.3, coming into the corkscrew. It's gonna go around the outside. A bit too far, I guess, this time. Gets a little bit of a better exit, I think. Clock says otherwise. Very interesting to see the different racing lines between both drivers. Ricardo Pickles still within grasp of potential win in case the top two drivers take each other out. Rob skidding the car there in the final corner, touching the dirt. Helicopter cam showing the battle to the front two drivers. Vic with a 29.3 fastest lap of the race. Onichan with a 29.4, 2 29.4s in a row actually. It's closing the gap again. I think Onichan is losing time behind Vic because he's having to brake earlier. Fortunately, we are not having much of like latency problems today. They are able to drive super close. Vic shuts the door before the corkscrew. Compromises his line a little bit, and look at Onichan now super close at the exit of the corkscrew. Vic gets a penalty. That's gonna hurt him for the next lap. So compromise his line there into the corkscrew, ended up paying the price. Onichan's gonna come out of this corner super close. Oh, compromises his own exit there. But next lap, Onichan should take the lead. And around the outside, he's gonna try to go for a switch. I think something from too far back will not work. You should keep it simple, keep it close, because when Vic pays that penalty, you should be able to storm past. We saw that the gap that you lose is about 0.8. Difference there. It's closing again as they come up the hill. Because still there, he can still watch the battle, but these guys have not been making many mistakes. Half a second into the corkscrew. Very good exit from Onichan. He's getting the hang of it. Driving the VR car, driving with the VR headset without a cockpit. 0.6, 0.5. Okay, Vic's gonna pay the penalty. I think Onichan's got this one. Unless Vic does something naughty there, shuts the door. He does not. And Onichan takes the lead as we just get past the halfway point of this race. Now we have Vic chasing. Oh, look at that, around the inside almost. Onichan came in a little bit too hot in that turn 1. Vic was 4.2 back. Rob is doing much better, 32 seconds every single lap. Talking about evolution, Rob is improving a lot, and look at the consistency as well. 1 lap only into the 33s, every other lap into the 32s. Way to go, Rob. Way to go. Now this is the battle here. The championship is already decided, and Onichan, oh, look at Vic, a mistake, goes a little bit too wide. Goes a little bit too hot there into the corner, gets the 4 wheels into the dirt. Fortunately, it was the compressed dirt, not the sandbanks. But let's look at that one more time, what happened to Vic from this angle. Could not turn the car in too much. Yeah, just the right side wheels into the dirt. Fortunately for, otherwise he would have had some trouble here into the corkscrew, but he's lost a lot of time. 2 seconds, and now Pickles is like, hey, now I got a chance. But I don't think Pickles would be able to take the silver out of Onichan here. Rob with another penalty, and Rob into the 31s, final 31.8. Got a penalty in this lap. Very, very good, good progress from the American driver. I think if Rob had more time to practice, he would become a serious threat to these guys. And Vic's made another mistake. Vic's down to P3. So what happened? Got the out. He was giving signal there, allowing Pickles to go. Can Pickles challenge Onichan though? Because if Pickles takes a win, I think he might equalize. How much is it for third place? I think third place is still 6 points. I think Pickles needs a win. And Onichan needs to take a 4th place for him to equalize Onichan. He's gonna get extra points here. Might still not be enough. We saw the maths going crazy there last season in the super final, where Socrates needed a win in the final and 6th race of the day to equalize Tricky Vic in terms of points, and then Socrates managed to take the silver medal home in the tiebreaker with that win, because Vic did not have a single win in the super finals. He's got 3 here. He's got 3 wins. Gonna let his mate take a P2 here perhaps, but I don't know if the tires are gonna last. Onichan now with a 5-second gap and 5 minutes to go. There should be another 4 laps. Yeah, we're going to lap 14, as we know. Loud engines, these cars here, you can hear the echo as they downshift into the corner. They're not braking that hard this time here. The brake discs are not glowing as much. Not as much as they were in the previous race. Let's see Rob's brake discs here. Yep, nowhere near as much. They're gentler in this race, or maybe the tires are coping a little bit better. Rob goes off a little bit. Got 33 in the last 2 laps. But that 31.8 there, I think, should be the highlight of his night. Huge improvements, race after race. I think if we had one more race, Rob might be able to tackle Pickles, even. Maybe not, but, you know, maybe next season, maybe next time. Still 5.9, 6 seconds now from Oni-chan. His tires will not last until the end. So Vic did a 31.4, Pick with a 30.9, Oni-chan 30.6. Yeah, so Oni-chan is gapping. Not sure if Vic is losing pace. He had a 34.7 the previous like lap 9, I see. So I don't think it was Vic allowing Pickles through, but rather he went off track somewhere, and because he was much slower, he just allowed Pickles to go instead of trying to, you know, be a knob and shut the door with dirty tires, you know, as you see people doing sometimes on daily races. Two more minutes to go. I'm gonna open another lap. Rob is only 30 seconds off the leader this time. Like I said, some huge improvements. He's back into the 32s. Oni-chan still got 2 more laps to go, 13, and he's gonna clock 14 laps, should be. Pickles as well, Vic as well. I think Rob is a little bit too far, but he's gonna be very close to it. Very close to it. He's gonna miss out by a couple of seconds only. By I think that early lap there he had a 40 something. If it wasn't for that, I think he would have been to lap 14 as well. Seven seconds gap to Pickles. That P2 is looking very likely there for the Canadian driver. But let's keep an eye on the tires. Vic is closing in. Vic has got the fastest lap of the race here, that 29.3. With the tires like this, I would be curious to see the KTMs and the Mini on the track at the same time. Different drivers. On a longer race where tire strategy is really important, the Minis have to pit. There's a difference in fuel as well. We might do that at some point. Do a fun event, a one-off, and see how they do. Final lap of the race. Whereas Rob coming around the final corner now by less than 10 seconds. He's gonna miss out. Oh, goes a little bit too deep there. Does not matter. Huge cheers for Rob. Huge improvement throughout the season, qualifying for the super final, coming up 4th in this final race. a huge progress throughout every single round of the season and each single lap of these races in the super final as well. Huge cheers for Rob. Oni-chan coming around the corkscrew for the final time today. Here he comes. He's gonna take his first win here in the super final. He's gonna score some extra points. Final corner. And Oni-chan should celebrate because this is a very important win for him as well. Coming close to the checkered flag there to take his first win of the day. Ricardo Piglit's almost completely out of rubber. Flashing the lights, coming super slow across the finish line. Takes P2 and look at Vic doing his donuts to celebrate because he is the new super champion. A new champion hitting Rallycross GT. Vic celebrates with the smoke, doing the donuts. He should be absolutely thrilled with that. Oni-chan takes the win in this race. We're gonna save the replay. But ladies and gentlemen, the super champion, Ricky Vic. Great progress from Vic between seasons. He was a serious contender there for the medals last season. Could have taken the silver home, ended up with the bronze. But this time, he'll take home not a medal, but a trophy. Yeah, we have trophies this season. Tricky Vic his first title here in Rallycross GT. Super happy. Vic, are you gonna pop a beer open to celebrate? Let's see if the guys are fine for an interview as well. Congratulations, Vic, the new super champion. Let's get a voice chat open. Let's do an open party here. Let's get them from here. So, see if the guys are up for an interview. Depends on if they have a headset or not. Pickles, Rob, Victory Rain. I cannot see as Counter Drifter, isn't it? Yeah, he's in already. Let me just get the headset, guys. Sorry, 1 second. Because I have two headsets, one on top of each other. Hello, guys. You hear me?
Hello, guys. You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Awesome. Let me just I can
hear myself twice in the party.
How is it in the broadcast,
Mrs. Rallycross?
Do I hear myself doubling there as well? Echo.
Let
me just fix one thing, guys.
Yeah, that's second guy. For some reason I can't hear you.
Is it better like this now?
Not really getting that much better, you don't have to do.
I think there's a little bit of the echo from the PlayStation. Yeah, bollocks.
Yeah, I think you guys are gonna have to hear me in the broadcast. See if we can say anything there. But Vic, congratulations for the title of Super Champion. How do you feel, man?
Pretty damn good.
I can't hear. Yeah, sorry guys, I think I botched the interview. Or Vic's gone.
I mean, I can somewhat hear him.
I can't hear. Vic, we can hear you. I can't hear at all. You can? No, I can't.
Hello.
Oh yes, yes, now I can.
There we go.
Vic, Super Champion. How does it feel?
Pretty damn good.
Tough race, small grid, but doesn't matter, man. Came out on top.
Yep. I'm just gonna do what I did before and get myself a drink. Celebration.
Gonna pop one open.
Probably pour a drink out for myself.
Yeah, get yourself a full pint of Guinness, that'll do.
Yeah, Vic was the only driver to win a race back in Season 2 outside then champion Duke Lion and Robey. I remember he popped the beer up in 2 in the morning to celebrate. Super happy.
Yeah,
Should be pretty happy with this one as well. Gonna take home some juicy prizes as well. Trophy and some Tomica miniatures.
awesome.
It's a little bit tricky to hear, Tricky Vic. Oni-chan, man, how are you doing? Your first proper competitive season in Rallycross GT, taking home. I think there's gonna be the silver medal in the end.
Silver medal, that's actually nice. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, the rest of the season, at least my experience with it, has been nothing but a mixed bag. But it wasn't until literally that last race to where I realized I still had some in me, and along with the fact that, you know, alongside racing Tricky Vic, which, from a personal perspective, I have a little bit more respect towards when it comes to racing overall. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's been a wild ride. That's all I can really say about it. I mean, you and I talked about it a couple of weeks ago when we ate yakitori together and whatnot. But
yes.
Other than that, I mean, I'm just glad I managed to get myself a medal in one piece. I mean, this last race just kind of goes to show that I still have potential here and there. I just got to keep myself happy while doing this because throughout the rest of the season, I kind of lost some of that. I kind of lost some of that edge, and then it wasn't until then I probably should have driven the minis with the rest of you guys as well. It's just the wearing the VR headset with driving a car with no cockpit, but I just so happened to be wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. So that's on me.
Yeah, fair enough. It's very good progress made throughout the season. Very good to have you around. Do we have Pickles in the party? Not sure if Pickles joined. He said that his phone died. I think he's not in the broadcast.
Yeah.
Do we have Pickles? No, we don't. Did I invite Pickles? I did, and I invited Rob as well. I'm not sure if Rob can join. Let me try again to get Pickles and Rob. It would be nice to hear from Rob as well. I think Rob has clocked out already. Don't see him online. Sending an invite to Pickles again, but Vic, do you know already which miniatures you're gonna pick? You got a Toyota Century last year for your third place.
Hey, yep, I've still got the Century. I've still got the medal.
I want some photos later there with your growing collections. Yes, we got Pickles now. Pickles, welcome to the party.
Pickle
Thank you, sir.
Howdy.
Howdy, man. Congratulations for third place overall. You were taking a medal home, man. How do you feel?
I'm so happy. You have no idea. In fact, this happy.
I remember you telling me that you quit drinking so you could perform in Rallycross GT, but I'll let you out this one. I'll let you off, like allow you to celebrate this one.
Here, let me switch to headphones. This controller's.
Oh, that's better.
Just gonna close the lobby here because I have something else to show you guys. in the
I
broadcast.
think my phone's alive again. I can put the Twitch back on.
Yes, put the Twitch back so you can see what I want to show you guys. Don't worry, it's safe. So how was it, man? How was this race? I mean, I know it was smaller numbers that we expected, you know, but given the circumstances, you know, you came out in P3 still.
Yeah, no, the racing was great fun, man. Well, the first two races not so much, maybe.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, I mean, the first
I'm just
race,
shaking my head.
he had me off at corner 5 or whatever, and then the second race, it was all over at corner 1, and I was a little frustrated. So I was happy the mini racing went well.
Didn't pull the plug. That's what matters. I think sticking to the end. Sometimes consistency pays off, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and I mean, I've quit once before, and I felt bad enough about that. I don't think I'd consider doing it again.
Yeah, no worries. But mate, very good race, very good season. You had. I wish Rob could join us in the party as well, just to have a laugh. But not sure if you guys can see in the broadcast. I got this beautiful Audi. This is a TT, but this is just to show the livery that our sponsor, Simple Custom 64, will be working on an Audi S1 from Majorette.
Nice.
Yeah,
Is
so
that better?
if you guys watch Rallycross, this is Andreas Backrud old livery, a Norwegian driver, one like a fan favorite. I think he's one of the most has the biggest crowd of supporters in Rallycross in general. So this is one very iconic livery that Simple Customs 64 will be customizing. He's working on the body already. We'll be working on the painting over the next couple of weeks, weather and moving houses. Slow down progress a little bit. But what do you guys think?
Pretty badass. Yeah, that will slow down progress.
That's
moving
pretty damn
house.
awesome.
So, Vic, I think you were going to win that anyways, bud.
Yeah, points was locked in, so I thought, might as well give him the best chance.
Yeah, I was surprised to see him rage quit. To be honest with you, that's a weird one.
Yeah, that was a shocker for
I
me.
don't know what happened, but the only thing I can say is I actually feel more happy for Tricky Vic taking the title on this. That's just me, though. But yeah, like I said, I have more respect.
Look at the trash talk. Look at the trash talk.
I also don't know if I actually broke.
I have some bias.
Race. I also don't know if I just broke his spirit.
I think so. Not used to finishing second twice in a row, I don't think.
Certainly not. I remember season 2 when Robey finished second overall. He wasn't very happy. He was blaming the car as well. I know that he missed one round in that season, and hence why he ended up losing, but then blaming the car in the end. But, well, it is what it is, man. You know, like, change of hardware, I know that didn't help Robey as well. But it's not my fault.
I mean, when you only think about winning all the time and you like pushing certain others out of the way, from what I've seen, not once, but I think probably 2 or 3 times, I mean, it's like you lose all sense of morality. It kills the sport. I mean, you know, I primarily, you know, race with you guys, and, you know, like when I race with, you know, you, Picklewick, and Vic and all that stuff, I mean, when we're racing competitively, you know, I get the sense of enjoyment, and it's like, you know, when you have clean exchanges, all that stuff here and there, you build this sense of mutual respect. And that's what I live for when it comes to racing more than anything else, especially reputation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that wasn't Robey's best day. He's not normally a dirty driver, I wouldn't say. I don't think, anyways. Not with me. But today I was like, did I do something to piss him off, man?
No, I think.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen a lot of problems during the season with latency for a lot of drivers as well, and that sometimes can ruin a lot of things. It's not ideal, you know, latency. We didn't have that many problems with latency today, but I know that the changing hardware did affect Robey a little bit. You know, he's now with the PS5 getting used to the controller. maybe not the best time of the year to do that. Best time of the season.
Oh, you can still use your PS4 controller on your PS5, right?
You can.
Doesn't sound
Well,
that ideal though. I mean,
If you're
especially
struggling
the
that bad.
DualSense stuff on the triggers.
But
On
he
the
plays
PS5.
on the D-pad, mate. He plays on the D-pad, so he doesn't use
Square
a haptic
X.
feedback and stuff.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Keep forgetting about that.
Old school.
Yeah. So I'm just improving here the delivery. If you guys can see, putting some simple custom 64 stickers. I'm not the best livery maker. Let's slap some RXGTs in here, but just so we have a better idea of what the
I feel like I
top
would
price-
change the wheels on that, to be honest. I mean, that's just my personal touch. I mean, I would go for like less spokes, but bigger in size, and make the wheels more black. The blackest of black that I've seen in regards to color is from Hyundai. It's called I think it's called a Vic Black, actually. Ironic, isn't it? But yeah, that's like the blackest of black that I've seen, to where you can really make a car look very stealthy.
Interesting. I'd like
Nice.
to have a look at that. I'm gonna put it here on the door. RXGT.
Also needs to be lower.
Lower. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, here. Good.
It's very rare I don't say that.
I should probably put that on my GR3 cars, the RXGT logo, on top of the other league that I'm a part of as well, called
should,
New
you
Velocity
should.
Racing.
Now it
Just to
doesn't
let people
match.
know, what does that other one mean?
Yes, exactly. You should make some marketing here. That's how it works. Get more people involved. I'm not the best livery maker. Pickles and Rob, they are the guys with liveries. But as you know, this juicy miniature will be going to the best livery of the season. Well, in the super final. I know you all guys did your best, except for Onichan coming freaking stock livery with the mini.
Yeah, I couldn't make one in time, and I wasn't really sure how I was going to feel driving a car that has no cockpit in VR. But I mean, it's actually not
Pretty
as
weird,
bad as
eh?
that. Yeah, I feel like it's like I feel like I'm driving a semi truck, because it's like I'm on top and I don't see the wheel, but I could get the sense of immersion when I'm racing from the roof like that and the wheel's so far below me. I feel like I'm driving a semi truck with that thing.
It's a very good comparison.
I find that, and I find it just, I mean, great field of view if you don't want to see behind yourself, but
Yeah, but unfortunately, I can't really see behind. I only got the radar for that.
yeah, exactly. But no, it's super fun though. I got used to it today because I just couldn't be asked to switch back to flat screen like I did last week.
Yeah,
And
I haven't
just
switched back to flat screen since I bought this thing 3 months ago.
Last week I just couldn't. My head was banging. I just couldn't drive the car from the roof. It just made me sick. So
Right.
flat screen it was.
But guys,
about the
thanks
same.
a lot for thanks for having you guys with us here again. Just a big shout to Vic, the new champion, Oni-chan with the silver,
Champion.
Pickles with the bronze. Really appreciate you all guys sticking around for the whole season. As always, I need to go prepare a few things. I need to go and send the email to the company to put the nameplates in the prizes. I will be messaging you guys so you can give me the name that you want in the trophy and medals. If you want your real name, if you want your racing name or whatever, if you want something else.
Yeah, I can't wait to show that trophy to all my friends at the school. They'll think it's completely legit.
It is legit.
Yeah.
Going next to my other ones.
The only thing, like normally people say, oh, it's made in Japan. It's made in Japan. Well, you are in Japan. It doesn't sound as cool.
I guess. I'm thinking, instead of you mailing it to me, you think we could just meet up another time at some point, maybe next weekend, like we did before?
Next weekend, no, because next weekend is my birthday, and we're gonna have a special
that's
stream for
right.
my birthday on
Nice.
Saturday.
Old man.
Yes, I'm gonna be turning 38. Pickles is almost in the 50s.
Never
He's
mind,
still
you're
got
a
more hair than
child.
me.
Yeah,
But we're gonna have a stream. I hope you guys can join the stream as well next week. But yeah, we can meet up in person, have a beer, have yakitori, and hand the trophy, take some medals. Sorry, take some photos as well. Unfortunately
Yeah,
for
sure.
Vic and Pickles, you're gonna have to ship that.
Oh, that's all right. It's a trophy. I'm getting a trophy. I'm so psyched. I did not expect that tonight.
Sorry, trophies
I
for
figured
first
I'd
place.
finish-
You guys are getting medals.
Sorry, medal. Yes, don't care.
You're
I'm looking at
getting
my trophy
something at
shelf
least.
here. I got a first place from 2000, and then the next one I have is from 2022, and now at 2023, I'm just keep raking them in until I die.
Yes, let's see what we do next season. We're gonna be focusing more on live streams in the future rather than competitions for a while. Try to grow a little bit more our viewer base, our player base as well. Onichan making some
Yeah.
marketing in other leagues with RXGT decals, Simple Custom 64 as well. And yeah, thanks again, guys, for joining. Any last words, Vic?
Other than tune in for the next season.
Yes, sir. I'll try
Onichan?
to give you a better run next season.
Better than being champion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no pressure. No pressure.
Onichan, any last comments?
Well, I feel happy that the two of you, all of you guys are here. I mean, especially the two of you. I mean, I actually feel happy that I'm with you guys at this point and all that stuff. So, I mean, that we're all here, that we all managed to get medals and trophies and whatnot, and certain prizes and stuff from Japan. But other than that, I mean, just great to be here.
Awesome.
At some point in time, I was just considering that I don't know if I should keep doing this much longer, but. I mean, I guess ever since that last race, I think I finally managed to reconnect to my faith. So there you have it.
From almost calling quits
Yeah.
to taking a silver, mate. That's good.
It
Pickles?
can get frustrating.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Any last comments, Pickles?
No, just thanks as always, man. I've done every season except 0, and well, as long as you're here, I'll be here.
Sweet. Thanks again, guys. That's it for Rallycross GT Sprint Series. Thanks a lot for to all drivers who taking part. Thanks to you lot as well in the super final and being here in this last interview. I'm gonna call it a day and go to the beach to enjoy some pizza.
Gross. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go to
it's pretty
bed.
humid out there right now. I mean, it's a bit on the gloomy side though, but it'll do.
Yeah. Anyway,
We
thanks
did
guys, and
22
I
in
see you
sunshine today.
next week for my birthday stream.
You
All
will
right.
indeed. I'll be there.
Take care, guys. Have fun.
Cheers,
Y'all
guys.
take care.
Take it easy, Sam.
Cheers.
Vic, sorry. Peace.